I am in Kraków again. No wonder the city does not let you forget about itself. Once you've visited it, you won't come back again and again and again and again. Kraków, the former capital of Poland, combines modernity with tradition, just like the Sacrum Profanum festival I want to tell you about today. The festival, which presents music from the 21st century, combines various trends in contemporary music in an original way. The organizers of the festival has consistently sought to curate a program that juxtaposes works from renowned composers with innovative pieces from contemporary artists. Rooted in a rich tradition, Sacrum Profanum attracts international artists and audiences.
Today we'll listen to two different parts, performed by Apartment House, a group that has been returning to the festival for several years now. When I just asked Anton Lukaszewski if there's anything he'd like me to say on his behalf, he simply replied, "Yes, we love coming back here, so I'm sharing this joy with you. Enjoy."
It's the end. It's just melodic, melancholic, no drama, just no future, just chilling and listening. It's easy.
Where does the name Sacrum Profanum come from?
Evolution of the interpretation of the name took a little while till we got to the place where sacrum means just more classical, more traditional art, in particular mostly music, and profanum is a way of presenting it. So it might be different to philharmonic spaces to present classical music, or showing the connection between modern composition and alternative genres, such as rock music, jazz, or even noise, avant-pop. This is our, I would say, main goal, to attract new audiences for the modern composition. Whatever kind of music you listen to, you will always find such reference through all these years in Sacrum Profanum programs. If you look on the logo of the festival, the space between two words, Sacrum and Profanum, is this little clear line that is building the tension between those two qualities. And this is what I'm trying to focus on the most. Not what is Sacrum and not what is Profanum, but what is in between of those.
The festival developed under your supervision, yes, and the festival has expanded beyond the concert.
We'd like to be innovative and this is the experimentation with the form of the concert. Arthur Chambry, French artist, he's developing a completely new way of how to travel with music. He's inspired by French minstrel tradition. People who are wandering with song stories. Arthur is wandering around Europe by trains. He's taking his role very seriously. He wants to leave as low carbon impact as possible. He brings his own instruments built by himself. They're also made by upcycled materials. For example, he brought a version of pipes. You can imagine Scottish pipes, for example, but built from a large gymnastic ball with some PCV pipes coming out of it, and you wouldn't tell how beautifully it can sound. And he used very simple ideas to bring into life another theater of imagination.
So do you want to add something about this year's program?
We'll do Sinfonietta Cracovia concert led by Lilianna Krych with piece by Jennifer Walsh. With the music, she's trying to bring the soundscape and sound memories from her childhood, where she was living in Ireland. I think I took the biggest risk after 8 years of programming the festival, and I've invited Marino Formenti, Italian pianist, to bring his Time Together project.
Yes.
And this is a concert in a completely different formula. It's audience picking the pieces and tunes to be played by Marino Formenti. So I'm not really sure what's going to happen, what's going to be performed.
And how long?
How long it's going to take also.
Why Kraków? Do you think that Kraków is a good place for a festival like the Sacrum Profanum?
It's strong with knowledge, it's strong with traditions, it's strong in culture. And I feel it needs very much such festivals like Sacrum Profanum, because we need to bring a new perspectives to that.
I could talk to Krzysztof Pietraszewski for hours, but I have more conversations with amazing artists ahead of me.
I was on some unusual performance, so I know that you are composer of the first part of this performance. Is it a new part in your life?
The piece presented this year at Sacrum Profanum by Apartment House is actually my first ever score-based composition written for a string quartet and piano. The premiere was yesterday, and I had the great pleasure of hearing it live for the first time. I hope this marks the beginning of a long and fruitful compositional journey. This is definitely an area I want to develop and focus on, but that doesn't mean I'm setting aside my previous artistic work or my experience with sound. I will strive to develop both equally.
Please tell us about workshops you lead.
As part of Sacrum Profanum this year, I conducted workshops from the Experiment series, which I run in different cities. The general idea of this event is to offer people who are curious about the experimental side of music, whether they have musical experience or not, whether they are professionals, amateurs, or just stepping into the world of music. The opportunity to explore the instruments used in experimental and electronic music. It also allows them to observe how others work. Whether or not someone has prior experience doesn't matter. Everyone feels equally comfortable. The communal aspect of these workshops is incredibly important, as participants celebrate this shared experience together.
Okay, so we have 3 zones: Could you tell us about this?
Our workshops are structured around 3 different zones. The first is the synthesis zone, where participants can experiment mainly with synthesizers, including modular and semi-modular instruments based on synthesis. The second is the electroacoustic zone, where they can explore sound through objects and materials that are electronically processed, using various effects such as reverb and delay. This usually includes a zither, which can be prepared like piano strings, as well as an aquarium with a submerged hydrophone that captures underwater sounds. The final zone is dedicated to virtual instruments, where participants can experience composing like modern-day musicians using sound libraries, for example, samples from a full orchestra.
Do you like lead workshops?
Yes, I really enjoy workshops. They're an essential part of my work because they allow me to share my knowledge with people who may be at the very beginning of their artistic journey. I can help them navigate the doubts that every artist faces early on. When I was starting out, I remember questioning whether I could create music without a score, or the ability to read sheet music. Would I ever get to the point of recording something? Did I have the right to call myself an artist on the same terms as those who studied music formally? Are we truly on an equal footing when it comes to accessibility and openness in the creative process?
Kraków has many wonderful districts, but today I want to show you the Wesoła district. It is an area located by Old Town that is undergoing constant revitalization and is turning into a vibrant cultural center. It is here that, among others, concerts take place during the Sacrum Profanum festival. Could you tell us some more about this place?
We're in the heart of the Wesoła district, which is a new creative hub on the map of Kraków. Until recently, this space was home to a university hospital, where patients underwent long-term treatment. However, now the hospital has relocated, we recognise that culture is the perfect tool for revitalising this area and giving it a second life by inviting people to concerts, festivals, exhibitions, and even community picnics.
Why Wesoła will be vibrant cultural center in Kraków?
This transformation is, of course, a decision made by the city, but also by its residents. The city of Kraków purchased this land and conducted public consultations to ask citizens what functions this space should serve. Through these discussions, the residents decided that culture and creativity should play a key role. It's important to remember that Wesoła is located right in the heart of Kraków, just a 10-minute walk from the main market square. It's a green space that can serve both as a cultural and recreational area for the city's residents. We have very few places like this, especially in the city centre, that we can completely reimagine.
Why will someone visit Wesoła?
There's already a lot happening here, which is the best reason to visit and see what can be done here. On one hand, it's a green area, something we all need, at least for those months of the year when it's not too cold. Wesoła offers a space where people can spend time outdoors, enjoying picnics, small concerts, and exhibitions.
Could you tell me more about this new building for library?
There is an idea for this neighbourhood to become the new home of the Kraków Library. The Kraków Library is an active institution that continues to attract new readers, in part because it regularly opens or renovates branches in various districts of the city. This is a moment of pride for Kraków as a UNESCO City of Literature, as the library is one of the key pillars of this programme. If we are to create a new space dedicated to literature, Wesoła seems like the perfect location for a new branch of the Kraków Library with a modern media centre. We are now awaiting a competition that will define the vision for this building, determining what the space will look like, and ultimately when it will be completed.
The unique concert by the star of today's festival day, Marino Formenti, begins. Marino gave me a moment just before the performance. Please tell us about your piano recital, yes? Time to Gather.
Time to Gather is a concept that I developed and already played in other towns. I played it in Berlin, in Buenos Aires. The director of the festival wanted it. A particular way to communicate with the community who is attending to the concert. So there will be no program. There will be a big table with a lot of scores, and people will choose with me what they want to listen. They can move around, they can drink.
Yeah.
Of course, during the music, especially during the quiet music, they will be quiet, but basically they should feel a little bit more free than in a concert. So there will be no order, they can lay down, they can lay under the piano, so everybody is invited, and it's open in terms of open length. So like in Berlin, it lasted like 7 hours. They had to kick us out of the hall at 2 in the night. Enjoy the evening, and as I say, take your time, go when you want, come back when you want. And now the problem is how to start, because she has already a proposition. My favorite tune, you know, it's difficult for a musician to find the favorite tune, but I already have one answer to this. Maybe I do it. I play my favorite tune of the second, which is Pink Floyd, Hey You. But I'm not sure you will recognize it. I myself, both as a pianist, as a soloist, but also as an audience member, I sometimes suffer from stiffness in the relationship between the audience. You know, you get your ticket number 17, and here people, like in this case, for instance, they can just change place. It's an attempt to create between me and the audience a little bit more like of a feedback, of a communication. I talk to them. They can also play with me if they trust themselves. I think that music has such a component is very important for me, the spiritual aspect. So I also put a bunch of pieces that are important for me as a musical experience to not just to enjoy, but also to make a human experience, let's say.
You are a famous pianist, but people know you because your performances.
The Playing Naked, it was a theater piece, so it was more a theatrical decision made by the director, which I supported and I actually enjoyed a lot. Music is a relationship, more and more, and not a product. And we are living, of course, in the age of products somehow. I saw older pianists than me, people that I totally worshipped, You know, every pianist has 2, 3, 4, like every actress has 2, 3, 4 examples, right? Not all of them, but some of them. They lost their being alive. They were like, they become a little bit like monuments. And I wanted to avoid that for myself.
What are you doing? It's better than traditional music?
I don't think it's better. I do not think it's better. I just think that music is something that can happen in very, very different social situations,
Yes.
right? I mean, when we invented music, we didn't invent a concert hall and then the music. Probably it was a mother who said, you know what, this kid is way too loud. Let me see what I can
Yes.
do, right? And then she invented the lullaby.
Yes.
This, I like to imagine this being maybe the very first.
Unfortunately, I have to go home. I wonder if Marino Formenti is still playing. If I were him, I wouldn't want to leave the city. Maybe he'll get lucky and the Kraków audience won't let him go.